Here is the future of Unreal Engine running live on a PlayStation 5.
Awesome. Beste que lo quería.
Ooh. All I needed to hear was PlayStation 5.
This has to be the right way.
And it looks gorgeous. Forget what the game is.
Before we continue, let's stop a moment and take a look at some of the key features of this demo. Much of what you see was built with Quixel Megascan assets, but instead of using the game versions, we used the cinematic versions, which would typically only be used in film. There are around 1 million triangles each, and thanks to virtual texturing, they all use 8K textures as well. Nanite can render an insane number of triangles very quickly. There are over 1 billion triangles of source geometry in each frame that Nanite crunches down losslessly to around 20 million drawn triangles. What does that many triangles look like? This isn't noise.
Oh my god.
These are the triangles, each a different color. Most are so small that they look like noise. Nanite achieves detail down to the pixel, which means triangles are often the size of pixels. This amount of geometric detail requires shadows to be pixel accurate as well, and Nanite can do that too. Speaking of lighting, all of the lighting in this demo is completely dynamic, with the power of Lumen that even includes multi-bounce global illumination. No light maps, no baking here. Without GI, all of that beautiful lighting is gone. With Lumen enabled, we can move the light and the bounce changes instantly.
Dude.
Okay, let's keep going.
Gorgeous.
We've made some great additions to our audio system as well. Convolution reverb allows us to measure reverberation characteristics of real spaces, like actual caves that we sampled, and reproduce them in virtual spaces. Sound field rendering allows us to record and playback spatialized audio. All of this adds up to a more immersive experience.
It's not what I expected from this today. This announcement is... I mean, there's got to be more to it, but even if it is just this...
This swarm of bats was created with our Niagara effects system.
Like, this is
Particles in
very
Niagara can now
impressive.
talk to one another and understand their environment like never before.
This is the reason to get a PlayStation 5. This is it right here.
We've also added a ton of new functionality to run fluid simulations like you see in the water below.
Wow.
The demo runs on our chaos physics system. Here we are using it to accurately simulate the rigid bodies of the falling rocks and the cloth of her scarf.
Give me an Uncharted using this engine. That'll be sick. Remaster 1 through 4 using this engine.
Now that the environment is so complex, we've needed to greatly improve our animation systems to adapt. We've added predictive foot placement and motion warping, which dynamically modifies IK and body position to look more natural. For the character to more realistically interact with the environment, we've added the ability to trigger seamless contextual animation events, like her hand on the door.
That's promising.
Dynamic GI is amazing, not just for speeding up iteration, but also for its impact on gameplay.
Nice.
Any light
That's-
source can move while
it
still
might
having
be.
beautiful bounce lighting. Dynamic illumination means specular as well, which you can see on all the metal surfaces. You can even see the Niagara-powered bugs reacting to the light. Lumen not only reacts to moving light sources, but also changes in geometry.
Beautiful.
Remember we mentioned high poly assets? This statue was imported directly from ZBrush and is more than 33 million triangles. No baking of normal maps, no authored LODs. And we can do more than a single statue. There are nearly 500 of that exact statue at the same detail level placed in this room, for a total of over 16 billion triangles from statues alone. Over this entire demo, there are hundreds of billions of triangles.
I'm not even I'm not a game dev, and I'm so impressed. I'm so intrigued by development. I'm just... This is amazing. This is what I want from
Nanite,
next
you
gen.
have limitless geometry, and with Lumen, you have fully dynamic lighting and global illumination, all running on a PlayStation 5.
Some of these shots just look like they're a movie scene. And I'm not even watching the stream at the best quality I feel like right now, and it still looks crazy. Well, I'm at 1080p. It still looks a little compressed, but it's like...
And this doesn't need to be constrained to small rooms. It can stretch all the way to the horizon.
The portal, it's open. Don't fail me now.
Take it. Give me this engine, give me this game, give me the PlayStation 5. I'll take it. Put a $600 price tag on it. I don't care. I'll take it.
It's time to see what's next.
Man, that was great. The amount of hyping that Jeff Keighley was doing with that, and how important the announcement would be. In my mind, I couldn't place what game it would be, but the fact that it's not even a game, but it's going to be the backbone of a bunch of games going forward means the level of hype he gave it really lives up to that. Every shot there was absolutely beautiful. When it comes to next gen, all we hear about is ray tracing, and how lighting is going to change in the next generation. And to see what they're doing with Lumen and just the amount of detail that's not even just coming in with the lighting, but the amount of detail that's put into the environment and things like I feel like at some point I was a little bit too impressed, but at the same time, like, come on. Like, you'd have to be crazy to not be impressed by that and to not look at that and see the possibilities. Put that in the hands of a very talented studio, and the possibilities are going to be completely insane. That was awesome. Let me know what you think of Unreal Engine 5 in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Summer Game Fest just got really great really fast. All right, guys.